Jeff with Sharp Brothers Seed Company. Today we're going to show you the process on how to pre-soak buffalo grass seed. The reason why we want to pre-soak this seed to make it come up faster is because it has a woody hole on the outside of the buffalo grass, and it makes it very hard for the moisture to go from the soil to the seed and to make it sprout. So we do a pre-soak method to break down that woody hole around the seed. Go ahead and place it in your polywoven bag. This isn't a requirement. You can actually just dump the seed in the bucket and pre-soak it, but when you change your water every 24 hours, sometimes that becomes cumbersome, so we like to put ours in a polywoven bag. So now we have the seed in the bag. What we'll do is take a piece of wire and simply tie it shut. That way none of the seed escapes, and it's easier to dump the water out. So what we'll do is we'll just place it in the bucket. As you can see, the seed's going to float for a little bit. Now, after this soaks for 24 hours, you're going to see the water turn green. That is the KNO3 product coming off of the seed. The KNO3 is a product that we put on the seed that shows that it's been through the priming process after it was harvested. As you can see, if you look here in the bucket, the more I massage it, you can see the bucket's kind of turning green. That's normal. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to we'll put a log on this just to hold it down. Just like that. Of all different variations in here. So as you can see, the stickers are starting to come on, and we need to do something with this pretty quick, or else we're going to have a real bad sticker garden here instead of nice buffalo grass. There are patches of buffalo grass that did come back on their own, as you can see here. And most people, when they call in, they say, well, I got some small patches and things like that, and I don't know what to do with it. So what we would recommend in this area is we're going to spray a good dose of Roundup on this area, and we're pretty much just going to spray everything. If the buffalo grass makes it through it, then that'll be fine. If it doesn't, we're replanting the whole area anyway, so it's not going to matter. Hi, we're here at my house again here in Healy, Kansas. We are on day 2 of the pre-soak of the buffalo grass. And remember, this is straight buffalo grass. There's nothing else in this but buffalo grass. So we'll take out the log here. And as I said yesterday, earlier in the video, you're going to see this blue water come out of here, which is the KNO3 water that we dye it with, to show that it's been through the state-of-the-art priming process that we put it through to speed up the germination. So we'll just take this water and dump it out, rinse out our bucket, and then start with fresh new water again. One of the key things to realize when you're doing this pre-soak method is if you cannot water the place that you're planting this after you've done the pre-soak process, then don't do the pre-soak process. Let it come up on its own with Mother Nature watering it whenever it rains, or watering it with your sprinkler every now and again. So we'll take our grass seed, we'll put it back in. Put our log back on top, and we're good until tomorrow.
Welcome to our Buffalograss establishment project. We chose a site that is very similar to situations that a lot of our customers refer to, and that is basically where they have a lot of spots where they need to fill in with grass, and we purposely chose a site like that. Last 5 minutes or so I've spent cutting out some of the big weed crowns so that they would not be an impediment getting seed to soil contact once we apply the seed. Our goal is we want to have the seed bed pretty well leveled out before we apply seed so that we get a pretty uniform incorporation. Seed bed is about where we want it here. We've got it smoothed up. There's a little fluff on top. You don't sink in deep when you're walking across it. That's the way we want it. We want just a little light layer of fluffy dirt on top of firm soil. Our next step is we're going to apply the seed and rake it in very, very shallow, pack it, and then start the water. We've been pre-soaking this seed so that we can achieve a faster germination. Not at all a high-tech operation. We've got a weight holding the bag of seed down in the bucket. We will dump the water off. The water will have a bluish color. Don't be concerned about that. That is merely a non-toxic coloring agent that we apply to the Buffalograss seed to designate that it has been fully conditioned. Basically, we've got seed that's been kicked out of bed. It's ready to germinate. We're going to get it in the seed bed, get the water to it quickly, and get a quick germination because of that. A lot of people assume that because the seed has been pre-soaked, it will be mushy. That is not the case. Now, many types of grass seed, if you did pre-soak the seed, it would be mushy. Buffalograss has a fairly unique structure to it. The caryopsis, the business part of the seed, is encased within a woody hull that even after 3 days soaking, it's still very, very firm. You're not going to mash that and destroy the seed. It's still very, very firm seed, and that's what allows us to do the pre-soak with Buffalograss as compared to many other types of grasses that you would not be able to do this. Because that woody hull maintains a good hard surface that'll keep the seed from being mashed, we are able to handle this without damaging the seed. We could even put it through many mechanical seeders without having any problem with the seed being damaged, even though it's been soaking for 3 days. This is kind of a low-tech operation, low-tech illustration. We're going to do a hand broadcast operation here, so stick with me. That's what we're going to do. A lot of people ask, how do I make sure I get a uniform broadcast application of seed when I am seeding it by hand? Good question. The best advice I've got is start off with a very light application to where you know you're going to have plenty of seed left over when you're done, and then go over it again, hit the areas that you feel like are a little light as far as the seed population. I know that's not very scientific, but it works pretty effectively. Buffalograss is a spreading grass. Shortly after the early stages of development, it assumes the ability to spread with stoloniferous growth, and for that reason, absolute perfection is not really necessary. I've gone over this site once already, going one direction. I'm going another direction now. As I said, make every attempt to get the seed broadcast as uniformly as possible. Buffalograss is very forgiving when you don't get a perfect uniform application, because it is a spreading grass. It has stolons, it will spread, it will fill in early blank spots that exist within that stand. Now we're just incorporating that seed ever so slightly so that we have better seed to soil contact. I like to use short, choppy motions with the rake, since it allows me to get the seed worked in without pulling up a lot of ridges on the soil. Now that we've got the seed broadcast and the seeds in place, we want to firm up seed to soil contact so that we get efficient moisture transfer from the soil into the seed. There's many methods of doing that. I've used a pickup truck myself at times, just driving back and forth, getting wheel tracks all over the site. What we're going to use today, because of the location and availability of equipment, is a Craftsman riding mower. Use whatever's handy, get that seed to soil contact firmed up. Earlier, this is a project where we planted pre-soaked buffalograss seed. Be aware that pre-soaked buffalograss seed is virtually on the edge of germination. At the time we put it in the soil, there's no turning around, there's no going back. The time frame you need to be aware of is to try to get the water started on the site within 4 to 5 hours after removing the seed from the soak bucket.